This is San Diego News Daily.
Hello and welcome to San Diego News Daily. I'm Dana Williams. We continue our coverage on the local story that's making national headlines. The district attorney's office says they are working with the medical examiner to identify the human remains found at this Southcrest home this week. The investigation at the house started on Tuesday and went on for 3 days. It was the next day that law enforcement sources familiar with the investigation said multiple sets of human remains were found at the house, but then yesterday the DA said they believe the remains only belong to one person. Some people who live on the multi-home property say understandably this was a shocking discovery.
My friends, my coworkers are all asking me, are you scared? Do you feel a little like something's been like haunting? You ever felt haunted? And honestly, I always felt like something was weird in the house, but I never thought there were human remains, you know? Like that's by far the last thing I would think. My friends, my roommates are thinking about moving out, but I feel like you don't need to. I'm just happy that whoever was there was found.
And the DA's office has named a past tenant as a person of interest in this case. 74-year-old Dwight Roan. He's currently in jail with a connection to a 2023 murder and being charged for that. The identity of the person that was found or the cause of death has yet to be determined. The city of San Diego is set to pay $30 million to the parents of a teenager trying to escape gunshots at the Santa Fe Depot downtown, only to be shot and killed by police. The family's attorney says it is the largest settlement for a police officer killing in history. NBC7's Dave Summers tells us more about how both sides came to an agreement.
I got shots fired. Again, I got shots fired.
Officer Daniel Gold raced toward the sound of gunfire. He practically collided with 16-year-old Kanoa Wilson, who was running from it.
This was a life. His life was priceless. His parents lost their only son.
Nick Crowley is one of the attorneys representing the Wilson family. He says negotiating this case came down to this.
We will take this case to trial, put it in front of a San Diego jury, and the verdict that I will tell that jury to give will exceed $100 million. And if you want to take a gamble with that, then let's go.
According to City Council agenda records, Council met in September in closed session and voted 6-1 in favor of this settlement. We asked the City Attorney's Office for a copy of it and were provided only the staff report.
In the report, Assistant City Attorney Gene Jordan wrote, "The settlement is a business decision and the result of a compromise and dismissal of the litigation proceedings and is not an admission of liability by any party." January 28th this year, Kanoa Wilson encountered 2 other teens at the Santa Fe train station platform. One pulled out a gun and fired twice. Police say Wilson also had a handgun in his possession, but didn't show it or fire back.
And he was being targeted by local gangs. He had been beat to a pulp and put in the hospital more than once.
The train station security video shows the teen running toward the west platform where Officer Gold was. The police-worn body camera video indicates Officer Gold identified himself,
San Diego Police!
but only after shooting Wilson. Rowley blames the officer's short time on the force and lack of experience.
I don't think the police officer is a bad person. I don't think he's a bad man, but he did a very, very bad, reckless thing.
Dave Summers, NBC7.
After more than 8 hours, the 5 freeway is back open. It was shut down for what SDPD described as police activity out of respect for a person in crisis. The incident started around 11:30 yesterday morning in Del Mar. Police say a man walked to the edge of an overpass directly over the lanes of the freeway and threatened to jump. With that happening, police made the call to shut the northbound lanes down and eventually close the southbound lanes as well after the man crossed to the other side of the overpass. Everything was shut down for hours and drivers were diverted onto surface streets. And then around 8 o'clock, the man was safely taken into custody and all lanes were reopened. And please, if you or someone you know is struggling with mental health or suicidal thoughts, help is available. Talk to somebody. You can call or you can text 988. And we've got a new head of the Border Patrol here in San Diego. He's been on the job for 3 weeks, but this is actually a bit of a homecoming for him. Justin De La Torre grew up in San Diego and started his career here. He also worked in D.C. and Arizona, and now he's right back where he started. Right now, San Diego sees fewer than 30 apprehensions per day. Last year, that number was near 900. De La Torre says still there's plenty to do.
We still have work to do to really completely defund the cartels, completely eliminate the cartels, and bring illegal entries down to zero.
San Diego previously had the busiest sector in the United States with the most apprehensions month over month since October 1st, but now San Diego has fallen to 4th place behind Tucson and behind 2 sectors in Texas. It is going to be more expensive to make reservations at San Diego County parks in the new year. According to the county, there will be increases in park user fees for things like camping, fishing, boating, and facility rentals. Many of the fee increases are only a few bucks, but other fees like booking a picnic table are going to go up by $25. Day use parking fees will remain at $5, and the increase is all part of a 2-year plan that began this year. The new fees will kick in on January 2nd. Our NBC 7 meteorologist Brooke Martell will have a look at your weather right after this.
You count on breaking news.
People running in the streets, they have their kids, they have their pets.
And help preparing for the unexpected.
Small fire right now, we'll keep an eye on it.
You count on stories from your community. You count on getting different points of view.
We're still human.
And your voice being heard.
We need help.
You count on in-depth reporting.
It's a mess, and it's making people sick.
Because you know the whole story is more than just the headline. This is coverage you count on, only on NBC 7 and Telemundo 20.
Happy Saturday. Taking a look at your local weather headlines. It's going to be a beautiful day. By tonight, we'll have those cooler temperatures once again. A chance of some coastal fog as well that could take us into tomorrow morning. But we also have king tides once again out along the coastline. And next week, we are warming up. So if you want to go check out the king tides here, higher than normal high tide this morning at 9 o'clock, close to 7 feet. But if you want to see the tide pools, we have that lower than normal low tide peaking right around 4:30 this afternoon. Even tomorrow around 10 o'clock, we'll have high tide close to about 6.5 feet. And here is a look at that coastal forecast for you for La Jolla. You could see those temperatures getting close to those mid 60s, getting into your afternoon. Wave heights from 1 to 3 feet. We'll have that low rip current risk. And temperatures for today, like I said, it's going to be a beautiful day. Plenty of sunshine, mid to upper 60s at the immediate coastline. We could get pretty close to 70 degrees over downtown San Diego International, and then we'll have a good mix of low to mid 70s for your inland valley communities. Low to mid 60s for portions of the mountains. Some areas could trend closer to the upper 60s with some periodic breezy westerly winds over the desert region right around those mid 70s. And if you're heading to the holiday wonderland at Petco Park tonight, again, temperatures will start to taper right around 5, 6 o'clock. You'll notice that shift. So make sure you bring that extra layer. We're looking at some mid to upper 50s for that event this evening. And for December nights, same deal. That begins today at 11 a.m. and you have great conditions for it. Even heading into the afternoon, we're talking mid to upper 60s, possibly even those low 70s. But once the sun goes down, we're cooling down to those 50s. Changes on the way for next week. We have high pressure building over the west. Remember, that's that warm sinking air. And then we also have easterly winds, some Santa Ana winds developing as we go into Monday, Tuesday. So we know what that means, warm, dry air for us. And those temperatures will pick up. In some cases, we could be trending about 5 to even 15 degrees above the seasonal norm. That really depends on where you're at. For the coastline, we will see some of those temperatures hover right around the upper 60s on Sunday, and then possibly Monday into Tuesday, especially if you're close to downtown. We're right around those mid 70s, but take a look at the valleys. We could be reaching the mid 80s by that point. Even by the end of next week, these temperatures staying on the warmer side. Same deal goes here for your mountain communities. We could get back into those upper 60s as early as Tuesday and see some 80s over the desert region. Dana?
Brooke, thanks so much. Very San Diego December. Some of San Diego's most popular bars and restaurants are being completely reimagined for the holidays. Pop-ups for the season have become really trendy and local spots are getting into the spirit. A local marketing professor says the festive details from the decoration to the drinks really draw people in.
I think the younger generations, the millennials, a lot of even the Gen Xers, they are really into experiences. They're just as happy to spend a lot of their money rather on material things to go and really have a unique experience.
Works for me. The professor also says social media is a factor. Visitors take pictures, share it with friends, and then more people want to stop by. There are more than a dozen holiday pop-ups throughout San Diego. And as always, there's more coverage you can count on at NBC7.com, and you can always find us on your Roku or your Samsung Smart TV app. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dana Williams.